About 90 years ago, the number of Azerbaijanis in our country was so small so that they all knew each other. They are one of the largest ethnicities in Kazakhstan today. And today we are going on a fascinating journey to the charming atmosphere of the South Caucasus. Dances, culture, traditions, and music. All this in Amity recipes. My name is Alevtina Madiyarova. Good afternoon. Azerbaijani people scrupulously observe their centuries-old ethnical traditions, which follow them from the cradle till the grave. Today we'll dive into the world of incredible folk dances, pamper our buds with exquisite dishes, and learn the secrets of embroidery masters from the South Caucasus. Knitting such patterned socks, jurabs, is one of the traditional Azerbaijani needlework. How are they called? They're called nakhish, jurab. What does nakhish mean? Nakhish means knitted. Each needlewoman knits socks in her own way. Somebody uses fleece and somebody camel's wool. Generally, design secrets of knitting jurabs are handed down from generation to generation. So each Azerbaijani girl should be able to knit. Yes. Who teaches her? Mother? It is desirable for her mother to teach her. However, girls are taught mostly by their grandmas because they usually knit. Particular attention is paid to the patterns of jurabs. Because it is not just a decoration, it is a real talisman. The woman who knitted socks to her husband and children was trying to put her heart and soul to her knit work. So she was happy to come up with a new pattern no one created before. She put special protective meaning in her pattern to protect her beloved ones from misfortune. Jurabs are always distinguished by their bright colors. There's something behind that expresses ancient natural philosophy. Life-giving sunshades, a fertile land, clear sky, high mountains, a dark night, and mysterious moon can be distinguished between those patterns. So, traditional Azerbaijani jurabs knitting. The knitting is quite simple. You can use usual knit stitches. But look at this pattern. I think Grandma can give good advice how to make it better with the right combination. To get all petal to petal, cross to cross, star to star. Well, I think that I'm ready to go somewhere out and brag about these socks. Azerbaijani ethnical clothes is known not only by its colorful socks. Their bright and unusual clothing express the particularity of their nation. Here, gold and red. Are these colors typical for Azerbaijani traditions? Yes, typical. Red clothes are usually worn for the holidays, generally by young people or by girls. First, it attracts attention. Also, people say that no one can put a hex on you if you're wearing red. So that's how it is. It is worth noting that a bride's wedding dress is always red and pink. And even now, these colors are present in the wedding dresses of modern Azerbaijani girls, because these colors are symbols of happiness and prosperity. And the gold clothes. The gold costume was worn as a symbol of wealth. Wealth, gold, it always has to be at home. Young Azerbaijani women often wore bright, motley, and used numerous golden decorations. It made them greatly different from mountain girls of the North Caucasus and Georgians, who preferred a strict dark color clothing. A lot about a person can be learned by his clothes. They have scarves for grown women. Young women may wear a crown. Also, they can wear beautiful caps, i.e. marital status of a woman can be identified by her headdress. Yes, it can. And can it be identified by her dress? Yes, dress may also express her marital status. Grown women have pleats on their skirts, lots of pleats. Also, grown women wear scarves. Particular attention is paid to decoration of Azerbaijani clothes. Sometimes even the simplest costume look gorgeous because of wonderful embroiderer skills. And jewelry always was an indispensable complement to national costume. Jewelry was always worn. Here the cap with coins. Coins have to be both on a cap and on the neck. And it is a fun which is always with you, huh? Yes, 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 it is. Also earrings and bracelets. All this was worn. All of these are jewelry. And they also had belts, beautiful women's belts. Women's belts were always made with such ornaments. Also, they had a small dagger. What did they need it for? For women, for protection. All measures envisaged. A modest behavior to attract the groom, money on the cap, even a dagger for self-defense. I think Azerbaijani women are prepared for everything. Men's suits have their own particular features too. The simple style of the Azerbaijani men's outfit reflects the ideal of the beauty of the Caucasian warrior. The costume fits the male body, emphasizes his strength. Chokat should be fastened and its sleeves should be rolled. The beauty of Azerbaijani national clothes is possible to see only in an enchanting ethnical dance. Layla teaches Azerbaijani dances for many years. Her purpose is not to give the younger generation to forget about the Azerbaijani culture and to give the ability to anyone who wants to touch the beauty.
И пошли, меняемся местами. Раз, два, три, четыре. В круг. В круг. Раз, два. И поворачиваемся. Раз, два. Руки поднимаем. Раз.
What is the main thing in Azerbaijani dance? Well, generally, girls dance, and a very important thing is their hands. Hands should move gracefully. Girls wear long skirts to attract the attention to their hands. After all, a dancer has to create the impression as if she is floating on the stage. Men's choreography is very different from women's. In contrast to the girls, the boys' dance focuses on their legs. Azerbaijani dance can beautify any holiday because they dance even when they're offering tea. The art of the Azerbaijani people is not limited to dancing. They're also famous for its carpet weaving. The Azerbaijani carpet is impossible to describe. It needs to be seen. It encompasses all the beauty of the nature of the South Caucasus. Blue sky merges with the green forest. Dense shadows of the mountainsides are perfectly combined with the whiteness of snowy peaks. Inexhaustible interweaving of patterns, this is Azerbaijani carpets. When the carpets are washed and dried, they are completely ready for sale. Azerbaijani people glorify their culture in Kazakhstan also. Our hero arrived to Almaty in 1974, and he's working for the benefit of our country for many years. I was born in the Caucasus. I always was familiar with the traditions and culture. I've been the head of the association since 2008. I give all my knowledge about my people, my culture, my history at the center. For a long time, Kharib Mamedov teaches local Azerbaijanis their native language. He reads old tales to little children and teaches Azerbaijani history to older ones. Kazakh language is not forgotten also. It is important to know not only Azerbaijani, but also the dialect of the place you live. Kharib is sure that a person who knows nothing about his nation and brother ethnicities has no future. Traditions and values of the Azerbaijani people can find their reflection in all sorts of things. For example, in stone. Sculptor Ismail Abzi creates incredible works of art. I think that everyone should find a place which encourages them to work.
Человек приходит в искусство для того, чтобы создавать что-то, а не присутствовать. Поэтому основные мои желания исполнялись, конечно, в Алмате.
Ismail went to Kazakhstan because of love. His mad passion to a girl from Almaty woke his creativity up. He had great potential, and the main thing is that he combined several cultures in his art. His sculptures have their own style. He always finds very neat figures of past and future. That's not only the different cultures intersect each other in his sculptures, but also past and present are combined, like a trembling substance through the language of art, through the prism of art. It is a feature of this sculpture. Eventually, another feeling woke in the heart of the sculptor, tender affection for our southern capital. And despite the fact that he has been to all parts of the world, he considers Almaty as his home. Every time I didn't want to leave my works. We created them with international laws. People from all over the world, about 10 to 15 people, we came together and created sculptures. Sculptures remain there. He sculpts his creations with wax, then he sends his works to a special factory where they are covered with bronze. Immersion of the culture of hospitable Azerbaijani people, we decided to conclude with the most enjoyable part, with their traditional food. I can endlessly talk about Azerbaijani cuisine, all this diversity of fish, meat, vegetables, sweets and pastries. It's hard to resist its taste, but even better is to learn cooking. Well guys, it is the most enjoyable part of our immersion. Because there is no better way to learn the culture of the people than to plunge into cuisine. Today's one is fantastic, because today we explore Azerbaijani cuisine. If you haven't known Azerbaijani cuisine yet, I envy you, because the first meeting can happen only once. Good afternoon. What is your name? My name is Anar. I am Alevtina. What are we going to cook today? Today we're going to cook fish, lavangi. This dish is one of the symbols of the Azerbaijan city, Astar. For lavangi, you need fresh fish, kutum or carp, red onion, walnuts, and cherry plums. Mince the onions. What is the region of Azerbaijan that this dish belongs to? We have a separate region. It's called Talish. Yes, it's their meal. Walnuts are also minced. So the ingredients, if I got it right, correct me if I'm wrong, red onion is minced to squeeze extra juice. Walnuts are also minced. Plum jam and cherry plum. Is it cherry plum or plum? Cherry plum. And we get this mixture as a result. Yes, and all of this goes into the fish. We add salt, pepper, lemon, and then the fish is roasted in the oven. Excellent. The fish needs to roast for 2 hours on low heat. Yes, it takes long, but the result is simply stunning. And while the dish is in the oven, we turn to the next culinary adventure. So this is my new friend, Nabi. Meet him. And if you're from Shiki, I think that I already know what we are going to cook today. Because when you come to Shiki, it is necessary to try piti. We need several ingredients: mutton, chickpea, fat tail, onions, and saffron. So we put chickpea at the bottom of the pot, then goes the mutton. The next is the fat tail. A little amount of onion, and 2 dried plums. It all goes into the oven for a long time, for the night, for 8 hours. The result is a fragrant and incredibly tasty soup, which in fact can replace 2 dishes, a soup and the main course. Piti is served specially. It has its own way of eating. The broth, sumak, is served separately. Sumak is eaten with bread. I think Azerbaijanis add sumak everywhere. The main course is eaten like this. So a small pot contains both the soup and the main course. Yes, it is a very nourishing meal. You can eat with a fork. Tasty. Be patient. Prepare pots, learn a few words of Azerbaijani for the entourage. And you are ready to cook piti. There is another dish in our gastronomic tour, and is not only delicious but also very beautiful. We are cooking the nicest Azerbaijani dish, veal saj. It is an ethnical dish. The ingredients are beef, lavash, mushrooms, herbs, butter, tomato, pepper, eggplant, potatoes, and onions. You should notice that saj is not only a food that we eat. Saj is this pan also. To prepare this dish, you need to cut the meat into small pieces, add the spices, and fry in butter for 15 minutes. And while beef is on the fire, you can prepare vegetables. Pay particular attention to the shape of cutting the vegetables, because it will influence on the whole appearance of the dish. Do we need to cut the mushrooms? No, we use whole mushrooms. Sliced eggplant, peppers, potatoes, tomatoes, and mushrooms are fried until crisp. Lavash is for serving. Yes, for decoration. Wrap it in this way. When the meat is almost ready, we add the onions. The trick is that the meat is roasted in the center, and then the vegetables are put in. As we say in Azerbaijan, that's super. Enjoy saj, and if you didn't like it, I have nothing more to say to you. It is not only the most delicious dish that you can taste, it is also the most beautiful dish. It looks so rich. All these bright colors are part of Azerbaijani culture. Happiness is everywhere, and Azerbaijanis are ready to share this happiness with each one. They are considered one of the most hospitable and friendly people in the world. About 200,000 Azerbaijanis live in Kazakhstan today. They're not only one ethnicity, they found a home here. In future episodes of Amity recipes, customs, traditions, culture, and cuisine of all our brother nations await for you.